is closed today.
My job, they've let us know that it will never be closed, but it's just the fact that if
We do not care. National disaster means nothing. We have to sell HBO.
yeah, so but at least I know my job will consist of sitting around for 8 hours and reading that day. So,
Out of curiosity, for Black Friday, where you did have to go to work, did you have a lot of business yesterday?
nope, none.
And they paid you.
Oh, they paid me
Sick.
time and a half, no less.
Hey, you can't complain.
Black Friday's a holiday? How did that work out?
For
is
my
a holiday.
company, the rest of the company has off because we're like a retail kind of thing. They have to be open, but
Wait,
everyone else has off.
you worked on Friday?
No.
Okay, so it was a holiday. Same way.
All right.
Don't be mad. I just love
I'm
it.
not mad. I'm not
You
angry.
gotta be angry.
Carrot killer.
I also, you know what else I look forward to? I look forward to box ball.
I don't even know what box ball is.
It's maybe the greatest game in the history of America. Second to Monopoly, maybe. That's about it. Box ball, it's like tennis for the poor kids that you play on the street with a little rubber ball. It's really terrific.
You tried to show me this game once,
Yes,
actually.
I did. I wanted to do a best-in-show tournament of box ball and get.
Oh,
like
we discussed this way back when.
Yeah, 64-man tournament where we would go through man or woman, tournament where people would be eliminated and there'd be a champion, best-in-show champion of box
Do we
ball.
know 64 people?
No, we have 9.
How many listeners do we have?
Oh, listeners, we have 3. But yeah, that was. I used to love summer because you could play box ball. That was my other thing I used to really look forward to. I was obsessed with box ball.
Box ball.
I miss loving skateboarding as much as I used to love it. Like now it's just transportation. I don't wake up to skateboard. You know, I lived skateboarding for so long, and it's just I barely touch the thing.
You use your skateboard as transportation still?
I
At this
do.
point in your life?
I'm on a skateboard maybe once or twice a week. Yeah.
So absurd to me.
Can we kick Brian off the show? No offense.
Could you do me a favor? Could you, next time you go down to the skate shop, could you get me a Stussy hat and a Vision Streetwear shirt? Because I'd
That's
really
funny.
love
I have
them.
not been to a skate shop in forever.
The next time you guys are boarding, if you see a train coming, can you just get on the tracks and ride towards it?
He just called it boarding.
Rail slide into the train.
I'm going to bomb slide the third rail.
Can you grind that locomotive, please?
Yeah, I've got to be honest. I haven't skated. Obviously, you would never know from the shape of me, but I haven't skated in years. But I do miss a lot of those old clothes. I really do want to find like old school
Vision streetwear and
old
stuff. Yeah.
Stussy hats and old Vision streetwear shirts are what I was looking for, and they don't make any of them anymore. And I tried to look on eBay and I went crazy looking for that stuff.
I was looking for a new pair of kangaroos with the pockets. I know that's not like skater wear, but
They sell them. If you get them, you can get like
I don't even know what you're talking about.
not actual kangaroo
They
brand.
call them ruse.
right.
Not actual kangaroo brand, but there are like knockoffs of those at like supermarkets, like Pathmarks and stuff.
Yeah.
They sell those kangaroo.
You mean
type
Marks?
sneakers. Yeah, I love them.
Oh, maybe some Boy London shirts.
I just want the idea. I love the idea of Velcro shoes. Oh, so easy. I can't quite reach all the way down anymore with my size. I put my shoes on with a stick.
Don't laugh. I can't put my socks or my shoes on.
Without sitting.
I can't. You know what? Sitting, it's a. Forget standing. I'll fall and break my head. I'm not even joking. But like
Your head will get cracked.
but even in half. But even sitting, it's a little rough for me to like. It's bad news. It's bad news.
That would qualify as bad news.
Does that qualify as old man yet?
It qualifies
That
as
was
getting old, bones are
4
weaker,
years. 4 years ago, he qualified as an old man.
and now I'm fat, and that's really the problem.
Sorry, dude.
It's all right.
After a big meal yesterday, I had a tough time getting like my shoes on. I will say that.
I had the worst after meal stuff going at all. I ate like an animal
Yeah.
at my in-laws' house. We got there. We arrived at 6:45 at night because we don't do an all-day thing. We just do the evening into the late night thing. We arrived about 6:45. I ate like a total slob. I was drinking all day at my house because I was cooking. Well, because it was a day.
Because you were awake.
Right. And I was drinking all day at the house, and I went there and we ate like animals, and I continued to drink there. And then like the overwhelming exhaustion started setting in. And my wife said, "Oh, why don't you go lay down in my old bed for a little bit?" I was like, "All right, cool." I went, I laid down about 9 o'clock. Then I opened my eyes and looked at the clock at 12:35.
Oh, wow.
I realized I slept 3.5 hours of Thanksgiving away, and then came out and started eating again when I did. But it was just my wife got so bummed at me.
Why wouldn't she just come and wake you up? I mean, obviously you're asleep.
I don't know. It was sad though. Made me cry a little bit.
My Thanksgiving, I didn't eat turkey during like the initial Thanksgiving dinner, but in my family, people have one tray of initial Thanksgiving dinner, and they wait about an hour or two to make sandwiches. And what they'll do is take white bread, toast the white bread, put mayonnaise, cranberry sauce, stuffing, and turkey on a sandwich, which they say is the best thing they've ever tasted in their life.
Could I explain?
Aside from me
Could I
hating
explain one?
mayonnaise, but would that really mix with it though? Mayonnaise and cranberry
I'll
sauce
tell you,
together?
Everyone says that it's the best. But I do it without.
I then
it.
partaked my first time in turkey during Thanksgiving in 15 years, and I tasted one
You
of those sandwiches.
parturkeyed?
I parturkeyed, and those sandwiches taste delicious, dude. Delicious.
I honestly think that I might hate your family more than anything in the world for doing anything with white bread.
Yeah.
Well, white bread, I don't know. I don't know why the white bread.
It seems really gross to me.
It's the most delicious thing I've ever tasted.
I bet it would taste so much better if you had it on a nice little baguette.
No, the Wonder Bread, the toasted Wonder
Ugh.
Bread for a couple of minutes,
Ugh.
couple of seconds.
Wonder Bread is Hades, and mind you, I have Wonder in my fridge, but I also have a 3-year-old in the house, and that's why I have Wonder in my fridge.
I couldn't see Wonder Bread handling the sandwich.
It does when you toast it.
You
doesn't-
toast it?
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to toast it. But
I
does that
have-
sandwich sound good to you, Chris? It doesn't even sound good without the white
minus
bread.
the Wonder Bread, yeah, of course.
I have Wonder wheat bread. That's become my wheat staple now.
Well, that's what I have. I have white bread lovers wheat from Wonder in my refrigerator.
Oh no, mine's just regular wheat, I guess. Like it doesn't peel like the Wonder Bread white bread, fall apart in your face.
It's
kind of
disgusting.
Well, Wonder Bread wheat bread is just the same as Wonder Bread white bread. I mean, they're not really.
doesn't-
doing much.
I to a certain extent,
If
I
it's
agree
if
with
it's
you.
whole wheat, it's different. See, wheat is
Yeah.
it's the same. It's that same white
Flour.
flour. But if it's whole wheat,
Like
it's made with
multigrain.
whole grains. That's the
It's-
actually
you're
healthier
just,
one.
You're just fooling yourself. It's pre-packaged, pre-cut bread that's meant to sit on a shelf for a week and a half, whereas bread shouldn't last more than a day. So
I agree.
it doesn't make a difference if they're calling
Well,
it
there may be
wheat.
preservatives in it.
I mean,
but
if I take the Wonder white bread and I touch it with a knife, it falls in half. It just peels apart in a whole kind of. You can't put peanut butter on a Wonder white bread for one
Totally.
example. And I use the wheat bread, and it's golden.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I go for the wheat.
remember Home Pride butter bread?
Oh
butter
God,
top.
yeah. Oh my God, butter split
The
split top loaf
green
with
package.
the butter. on top.
You got any of that?
Yeah. Hold on, I got a couple here.
I get the Pepperidge Farms like whole grain, 7 grain, whole grain. It's so good.
I gotta be honest. I'm not a big like loaf bread guy. I get pitas. I get pitas a lot.
Wraps? Do you do wraps?
I
Like
do
Doritos?
wraps. I do pitas. Yeah, I'm not
Mr. Fancy.
I'm not fancy. It's I just don't like crappy bread. If I could get I like food on bagels.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
not a sandwich fan on bread unless it's like grilled cheese. I like it to be the bread to be thicker than the meat, like bagels or rolls or.
I'd want a turkey sandwich on regular prepackaged bread, I think, with gobs of mayonnaise.
I don't buy it. I don't buy in. I'm not part of your. I'm not part of your crazy world.
I want to taste the meat and the mayonnaise, not so much the bread.
See, I won't go so far as to say I want the bread to be bigger than the meat because I want big bread, but then I just have to make the meat that much bigger to compensate.
Until you need to knock your ceiling out to continue making your sandwich.
I wish I was lying. I purchase 2 pounds of meat every week to bring to work with me, and a half a pound goes on a sandwich.
Exactly.
A half a pound of meat on a sandwich, on a pita. That's why I go to lunch. I bring lunch to work 4 days a week. That's why I get 2 pounds of meat.
Well,
No one else eats it.
It's cheaper than going out, still.
Well, I mean, it would be cheaper if I actually got a pound and actually ate human-sized portions.
4 slices out of that pound.
I'll sit watching TV, taking turkey breast if I'm hungry enough. Just sit rolling the turkey breast up and dipping it into horseradish and just eating it. A pound gone.
Keith's favorite
Gone.
Keith's favorite thing in the world. I do something that I like to call the wedding plate. Whenever you go to a cocktail hour at a wedding, there's
Is that
always
like a dirty Sanchez?
It's close to it. It's close to it. It's like when you ever go to a wedding and you have like the cocktail hour, they have if they have a buffet style stuff for the cocktail hour. There's always like all the cold cuts out and cheeses and fruits and everything.
Olives.
And I would do a cold cut. I do a wedding plate at my house, whereas I take a nice little plate and, much to Keith's chagrin, a big glob of mayonnaise in the
Yes.
middle of the plate. A big glob of mustard right next to the middle of
that's
it, and then I got hams and turkeys and cheeses and whatever.
No bread, you just dip it,
pickles
right?
and dip it right
Oh,
in there. Love
That's
it.
beautiful.
Any veggies? No celery stalks or anything like that?
Not for mayo and mustard. If I'm eating hummus, I'll go the carrot stick and celery stalk route.